Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, Retrovision Studios. We're back with another video. Today we're going to be reacting to some wild stuff, man. Let me tell you, this is some old retro shit. A lot of people probably never heard of this. And it happened here in Philadelphia in 1985. This was a situation where there was a group here called Move. Maybe some of you guys have heard of it, maybe you haven't, but this is something worth looking into. It was wild. The group was a self-contained unit. You know, they were like a cult type of deal. Like they were. I'm gonna let the video explain more about them and who they were, because the video is basically one of the survivors from this tragic situation is the one that's narrating the video, so you'll be able to see and hear everything that happened that day. But basically what happened was this cult, or this group, whatever you want to call it, got themselves in the eyes of the law. They were basically like unruly. They wanted to do whatever they wanted to do. They followed their own rules. They didn't believe in American, law and constitution. Basically like their own versions of sovereign citizen, if you want to say it like that. So they got in trouble with the law somehow. They got accused of shooting a cop. They say they didn't do it. The cops say they did do it. One way or another, there was a cop that was shot. The mayor ended up dropping a fucking bomb on the whole block. They killed 2 city blocks. Burnt that shit to a crisp. It was crazy. So let's check it out.
There is a small war underway on a street in Philadelphia tonight.
There was gunshots, thousands of rounds of bullets from the police.
Police moved in with tear gas and water cannon.
They wanted to kill our children.
I had recommended to use an explosive entry device.
The house shook. Smoke was coming in, so we knew they dropped the bomb on us.
100%. Look at that.
Police allowed the blaze to burn an hour and a half before calling in firefighters.
I don't care what they said.
Crazy. Now, I was only 5 years old when this happened, so I don't have like memory of it. But when I did find out, I was young when I found out.
There was no justification for what they did.
They done burn up 2 blocks. Explain that.
I never imagined that the government would drop a bomb on a row house in Philadelphia.
It's an embarrassment to the city of Philadelphia.
Their last name was Africa.
My name is Ramona Africa, and I was there when the police dropped a bomb on me and my family May 13th of 1985 and killed 11 of my family members. I was there.
The mayor did that shit.
I was born and raised in West Philadelphia. I went to Temple University and I was headed to law school. But after I met Move, I wanted to be a revolutionary. Move is a revolutionary organization founded by John Africa that believes in revolution, not in fighting and bloodshed, but true revolution.
I would love for her to get more in depth about her definition of revolution. What does it mean to her? What does it mean to the group Move? What is revolution? Because we can't just go off that word and in our minds start picturing what we believe revolution is, because they did something different in their neighborhood.
Joined Move in 1979. I was listening to what was happening with Move and could not believe that the cops were attacking Move the way they were.
Until today, there was a house in Philadelphia filled with people who for years confounded everybody. They called themselves Move and never said what that meant. They tried to live in the city as if it were the forest, ignoring modern plumbing, trash collection, or rat control. They offended the neighbors first and then the city, which ordered them out last year. Today, the city went to move them.
As firemen crawled forward with a water hose, shots rang out.
The Move 9 were 9 of our sisters and brothers who were arrested unlawfully for the murder of a police officer and given a 30 to 100 year sentence.
Last December, 9 MOVE members went on trial for the death of Officer Ramp.
Everybody knew that MOVE did not kill a cop because MOVE was in the basement. Officer James Ramp was standing up on street level, and the media said he was shot on a downward angle. So
either way, maybe somebody directly from her family, all the people that were in the basement hiding from the cops, maybe in a way they didn't themselves shoot the cop. But the way the cops look at it, that there was a cop that was shot on their grounds, on their property, you know, and regardless if it came from the basement or it came from some dude on the roof, the shooter was in support of MOVE, and the cop got shot. So it still results in the same thing.
No that MOVE could have shot him.
They wear their hair in dreadlocks because they reject combs as symbols of industrialization, which their back-to-nature philosophy opposes. Their basic goal is to overthrow the present system of government, which they consider to be corrupt.
People thought MOVE was crazy at that time because of the media.
They spew out obscenities when they talk.
Terrible language.
Rizzo said that he wanted MOVE out of Philadelphia.
It's amazing that this group has been running loose now for a half a dozen, couple, 3, 4 years that I know of, and they should have been in prison many, many months ago.
We moved into Osage Avenue because that was our headquarters. It was warm and loving.
Like, not the news. I'm talking about people that I've spoken to said that they kept that neighborhood
there was children there. We would take them to the park. That was like mainly
dirty
our
people
day.
that weren't organized in any type of way.
Some people said we was on the loudspeaker day and night, every day. That was just a lie, probably promulgated by the police along with the media. We were getting along with our neighbors, and nothing was going on. That's why we were surprised and shocked when hundreds of cops invaded our area.
People that I've spoken to, no, they wasn't cool with all the neighbors. They had their own little lockdown area where they did their own thing. They was like their own little, like I said, a cult. They didn't really let a lot of people in and out of their own situation. They had a lot of dealings with everybody, from my understanding. And from, like I said, they kept their neighborhood, their area dirty as shit. They were dirty. They themselves were very bummy looking. They didn't give a fuck about nothing, about trash collection or none of that shit. They just did whatever the fuck they wanted to do. This is why the city had a problem with them. You understand? That there was something that happened, that the city had a problem with these people. And the neighbors, everybody around them wanted those people out because it was just infested with rats.
Trying to throw MOVE out of our home. And this was on Sunday, Mother's Day.
There is a small war underway on a street in Philadelphia tonight. It has been going on all day between hundreds of Philadelphia police and a bizarre back-to-nature group called MOVE.
Nothing happened all day, but that night, Gregor Sambour, the police commissioner, got on a loudspeaker and said, "Attention, MOVE, this is America. You have 15 minutes to come out." Well, obviously we didn't come out because we knew they wanted to kill us. They didn't want to arrest us. They could have done that anytime.
It was shortly before 6 a.m. when police moved in with tear gas and water cannon to evict members of the extremist group MOVE.
When we were in the basement for a while, we didn't feel anything. And then the water started coming down on us. Rushing down on us.
What we intended to do was to create a diversion on the roof of the MOVE compound.
It was hard to breathe. Our children were soaking wet. And then they started with the tear gas.
Tear gas started coming in. We got the blankets and they was wet, and then we put them over our heads and started laying down.
They blew a hole in the house to the left of us to try to come through it to come after us.
What we wanted them to do was to come out of the front of 6221 Osage and surrender.
We tried to get out after that. We tried to bring the kids out, and we shot back into the house.
A gun battle erupted.
They shot over 10,000 bullets. So that was their intent, to kill everybody in that house.
So I don't think that they should kill the people and their babies. They should find another solution.
After that, that's when the silence was. It was a long interval of silence, and we didn't know what they were doing. We felt comfortable for a minute.
Clearing the neighborhood.
And then the bomb was dropped.
Yeah, there been like 20.
The house shook.
When that shit happened.
It shook, and then we start feeling the heat and the smoke, which we knew wasn't tear gas. We knew there was a fire in the house. We heard the crackling of the trees that was in back of Osage.
The night skies over West Philadelphia, bright with flames. As many as 60 buildings may be on fire.
That's the crazy shit.
I was told, and I saw newspaper issues about people yelling to the firefighters to put the fire out. Why wasn't they putting the fire out?
They dropped the bomb on the house to take care of one move family. One move out, they done burn up 2 blocks. Explain that.
It was all in the newspaper that Sambor told the fire commissioner to let the fire burn.
The fire burned for an hour and a half before police called in firefighters.
Now, it's 1985. I don't know what their SWAT team situation
Tonight, it is unknown exactly how many MOVE members may have escaped the blaze,
what it was like
or how many, perhaps, were trapped
inside. Maybe they send a bunch of
inside.
people in there just to get them out.
We all decided we was coming out, and we were bringing the children out of the house.
Why not just send
and
a bunch of SWAT team members through the front door?
Police,
Same shit,
we're
right?
coming out. We're bringing the children out, and their response was gunshots. Birdie was right behind me, so when I decided to come out, I grabbed him, and that's how we both got out of that house, that blazing inferno. Police grabbed me and arrested me and put handcuffs on my arms, even though I was burnt. And they grabbed Birdie and put him in a police van and took him away. I never saw him again. In the hospital, I was looking for the rest of my family to come in, and nobody came in behind me, and that's when I knew some of my family, at least, were dead.
Philadelphia police this morning continue searching for more bodies in the burned rubble of a West Philadelphia neighborhood.
There's no way.
One by one, more bodies of MOVE members were found in the rubble of their fortress home. The toll now higher than most had expected. 5
children and 6 adults. Nobody was ever arrested for the murder of my family. Nobody went to jail but me. I was arrested. I was the only one put on trial for arson, conspiracy, everything that they did, they charged me with. The jury found me guilty. I was sentenced to 16 months to 7 years. So I did the whole 7 years. I haven't been back to Osage Avenue since May 13th of 85.
Yeah, that's
It was
wild,
61 or so houses.
Look at the way that shit look.
It was
That's
damaged to the core.
61
the
houses.
people that lived on there took a while to come back. Some of them never came back.
Everybody.
City taxpayers spent $33 million to rebuild the houses.
The homes that was rebuilt, they had sinking foundations. They got leaking roofs. The electricity was messed up. They look like project houses. Today, I still have the burn scars from May 13th of '85. And some people have told me, you should get cosmetic surgery. They can take that off. And I'm saying, why would I want to take it off? I want to be reminded. Our significance today is the consistent example of MOVE. Keep fighting, no matter what, because people can look at MOVE. I don't see how there's an example
to anything, because they never organized. They never became anything. They never did anything for the city. They never had a movement. It was just them. It's just them, their little group. That was their MOVE, was just them. It wasn't like they were in City Hall every other weekend fighting for rights and doing all kinds of shit. That's what's the big problem with a lot of these groups and a lot of these style groups like this, that they're self-made. They're made by some lunatic with lunatic ideas. They never really organize, and you never really look to the side and see this group like flourishing and really, really doing well in life. You never see that. And then what they do is they create these like cult-like groups where it's just they're self-benefiting. Only the person at the head of the table is benefiting by, like, you know, having sex with all the women, and all the weird people are looking up to him like he's some kind of god or some shit. Like, there's only real reason shit like that happens with these groups. They never really amount to anything. And you can't say they don't get to amount to nothing because the city or the cops or whatever stopped them. Like, no, we're not talking about all groups. We're talking specifically about groups like this. They were very dirty. They were really to themselves. They had their own like movements that didn't benefit anyone else but them. So I don't understand what
I don't want to be in jail for 30 or 40 years. I don't want to die. I don't want to have a bomb dropped on me. But the thing is, you can die any day of the week in this country being killed by police. People ought to take the lesson from MOVE and stand up for what is right. As long as we can fight, we're going to fight.
What were you guys standing up for? Fighting for what? Shit crazy. Anyway, that's MOVE. Guys, the shit was wild back then. So people that think like it's crazy now, it was crazy back then. It was crazy. It's crazy now. It was crazy back then. It has always been crazy. So stop looking at back in the day like it was this big glorious moment and now all of a sudden the world's fucked up. This shit been fucked up. So everybody, thanks for coming by, watching this video with me. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think the mayor did the right move, or should he have handled it differently? What you think? Hit like, hit subscribe, guys. Make sure you hit like. I'm really trying to get this algorithm up, you know what I mean? So let's go, let's build. Peace.